it was in our neighborhood, and Herb Minga was the pastor, and he kept calling, and we visited several times, but he followed through, even made house calls, and it was a warm and welcoming church. It was a church like my husband and I had gone to as from childhood, but smaller churches. And at that time, White Rock was really a large church, had a large congregation, and lots of children. And then we joined in 1966 when our oldest son, Jeff, was baptized. Well, there's a lot of them. My husband and I were youth coordinators in about from 1977 to 1985. And so you get to know the youth, and it's such a wonderful time in their lives, and you get to hear their dreams and their ambitions, and get to know them as individuals and what they hope and dream for their future. But we had mission trips and Timothy Tradition Choir, and they performed musicals. They presented musicals from, I remember, them all the Night Visitors and 100% Chance of Rain, and then others that I've long forgotten. But certainly the presentations were wonderful, and they would go on trips in the summer and present these to other churches, and even they traveled throughout the U.S. And so also Bill and I both got to go on a lot of the mission trips and ski trips, and that's what you do when you're the youth coordinators, and it was a wonderful time. And so many of those young people today and through the years have, some have gone into the ministry, or they're working in their own churches, and some, I know one or two are still members here. And I just praise God for that. It gives me joy to know that they have followed through in the tradition of what you hope for when you're planting seeds. I would dream for it to be a light in the community, reaching out to people that are on the fringes, still being a warm and inclusive church, and being always loving, caring for people, whatever their background, taking them in, welcoming them, nurturing them. And I would like to see White Rock grow and be a beacon in the community that stands out and that calls people to Jesus Christ.
Perfect.
Well, I want to tell you one thing, too, that I meant to say back about the memories. And I don't particularly want to use names. I mean, maybe I shouldn't. But Cherie Lyles said to my son, after Van James' service, she said, she was looking around the sanctuary, and she said, "This is like coming home." I feel like a teenager again. And I thought that was beautiful. And I hope that all of and they do, I know that the youth that I worked with, and still that are growing up today, are going to have that same feeling about White Rock in the future.